back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is October 15, 2022. I am your host, Luis Palacio, with my co-host, Chris.
Hey, it's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please. It is always exciting to be here. How you doing, Lewis?
I'm doing great. Your camera is just not working today for some reason.
Huh? The camera's not working?
No, it's. I think it's the connection right now. I don't know what's going on. You're just gonna like. Everybody can still hear you,
That's the important thing.
right? Yeah, I think that's all there is to it.
What the heck? Yeah, I am frozen on your stream.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know
funny.
why. Let me see if I can fix it while we get things going here. But we're here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as everybody else. Thank you so much for the 2 years, Chris. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
Not 2 years of podcasting. That's actually gonna be like actually we already got our 2 years, right? We're going on for 3 years now. Yeah.
I don't know. We gotta be getting there though.
No, we already did our 2 years because we have over 100 episodes.
That is a interesting point.
Well, it is like, episode per week, so it makes sense that that's the case. If I can fix this view here, I don't know. Weird enough. Anyhow, we are part of the Professor Network. Please check us out at theprofessornetwork.com/purified podcast. Wonderful people to work with every single time. But yeah, there's a lot of news going on. I'm just trying to keep up with everything, guys. So I'm sorry if I'm not keeping up right now. So let's talk recaps. How's this week been, brother?
It's been a really decent week. We've had some really fun events this last week, honestly, though, right?
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
You wanna hear about my goodies?
Should I tell you about the goodies, or should we just talk about what's going on in the world right now?
Yeah, we can talk about what's going on in the world.
Nah, let's talk about you goodies first.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell you too much either.
Right.
But yeah, let's talk shinies and hundos. I do not have any new hundos. But starting from last week, I got a shiny Xerneas. Two shiny Xerneas actually. During the last podcast, literally.
Yep.
And then Stantler. Shiny I got while doing an adventure incense, but it was not from the adventure incense, and I got it with Pure Letter after raid hour for Xerneas. I actually hit Lucky Friends with Julie, and we traded, and I took a shiny Kyogre, and I think I gave her back a shiny Kyogre, but neither of us got good ones. And then at my house, I got the most random shiny. I got a shiny Nidoran male. While all these events are going on, and I get a shiny Nidoran male. I was like, okay, I'll take it. That's just kind of weird. But yeah, that's it for me pretty much. I evolved some, PvP mons and the community mon that we're probably going to talk about a little bit later.
Right.
But yeah, I had some good ones lined up, so I got that out of the way. But yeah, let's hear all about your haul. I'm sure you got a lot more Xerneas than me, even though I got a tiny head start thanks to that last podcast.
Right. Let's talk shiny. So after the last podcast, I did get 4 shiny Xerneas. So not too shabby in that regard. One of them is a 98, okay? So I'm not complaining.
Ooh.
No, not complaining. I could have been the shot.
So close.
But, one of those things. Now, we also had Community Day this weekend, actually today, which technically is still going on. If you go and do the 4-star race and all that stuff, it actually, it makes sense. So Community Day's out there, and I did get 4 shinies. Now, you may be wondering why that's so low. because I actually didn't
Hey,
fully play.
that's a perfectly normal number. What do you mean?
I don't know. I feel like I disappointed
No,
myself
I'm
on this
joking.
one. No, but yeah, it is a perfectly normal number. It's just that for some reason I think that I need more, and I shouldn't. But this community day, even though I did want to actually play the community day, I play for the good hour, got my Hondos and Shinies, and then I just go plus everything else. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That being said, that's one thing. And then we had a new shiny. Well, not new shiny for you, for anybody, but you get Rocket Raiders, and then you do Rocket Leaders.
Oh,
I was actually able to snap myself a shiny Charmander Shadow.
yo,
So I
that's
was
the best one.
I
Hands down.
know. And now I got 2 out of the 3. I need to do one more, which is of course Sierra. Now my goal is just to do Sierras all across the board. Although I'll probably do a couple of Arlos here and there just because I want a better shiny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so shiny Shadow Charmander. That was the coup de grace to find this. I was like, you know what? I'm done. Let me just go plus everything else so I can get the extra large candy, which I did. I got the extra large candy thanks to the level 3 Mega Gengar that you can do, or Mega Charizard if you wanted to actually do a specific, thing here and there. So yeah, so far so good on that. Now I did get 2 Hondos, so I do have 2 Hondo Chandelures. Well, technically, yeah, is it Chandelier? Yeah, 1 Chandelure, 1 Hondo Chandelure.
Shundo?
No, I'm sorry. A Hondo, dude. If you would have said Shando, I would have been like. Now I got 2 Hondo liquids, and one of them is Chandelure. So that's actually pretty good. I got 11 on one, and then 8 on the alt. Nice. There, Miss Kiki. I do have enough to power up fully. I'm just trying to wait until maybe something changes, but it's probably just going to be one of those. I did actually get an interesting one, an interesting liquid, and I didn't check it until like literally almost the end of the event and things like that. But I did get Anando 0 IB, fully 0 IB.
Yo.
Yeah, so.
I love getting those on comp day.
Hey, it could have been cool if it was shiny, but somehow I caught it, so I was like, cool, and I'll take it. Not that I'll probably keep it that much, but but yeah, so that's my haul. Nothing else too much. A couple of trays here and there. Nothing too exciting when it comes down to it. But yeah, that's my haul. That's what it is. Now, let's recap some things. What is it? The Festival of Lights is happening right now. So we do have whatchamacallit, like new spawns and things like that happening at the moment. We have the brand new Moral and his evolution, Shinotic, I think it's called.
Yes.
Finally out into Pokemon Go for the first time. A bunch of other Pokemons. And of course we do have that special light up, liquid and Chinchou part of the game where in the overworld you'll actually see it, glowing a little bit lighter than usual and things like that, which is a cool feature. Although I felt like it could have been a little bit light, like a little more light up. It's like a faint image in the end of the day, and I'm just like, this is a little disappointing.
Yeah, it's a lot less than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Which, something's better than nothing. But yeah, I also wish it happened to more Pokemon. I was kind of disappointed when I found out that it's only Cantonian Ponyta that lights up, not the Galarian one. Even though the Galarian one clearly glows up.
I didn't see Galarian. I'm sorry, not Galarian, but is it Galarian Ponyta that only lights up, or Cantonian?
Cantonian. Cantonian's the only one that lights up with the fire. I only saw it off Twitter, and obviously I haven't seen any Galarian ones light up. So
I don't think I've seen either one of them actually light up. I don't think I've seen the regular Vulpix go.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen a Ponyta yet, but
it's a Ponyta.
It's like one of the ones that light up.
Oh, I haven't seen a regular
It is
Ponyta.
like one of the ones written out, I believe, as
Yeah.
lighting up.
Well, if you put your moral as your buddy, he also lights up. Actually, I'm showing it right now.
Like
That
a little lantern.
yeah, little lantern. It's like
Ooh,
that's pretty cool, actually. I'll leave it there for you guys so you can see him.
that's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's one of the coolest features in a while, of course. But at the same time, you know, the all the wild spawns like the Galarian Ponyta and things coming out there. Liquid also light up, and now can be shining now the community is finally out. So all of those things are part of the event. And that's about it. That's all we really got. Magnemite at all the spawns. You know, if you want to have some extra large candies here and there, it's actually a good event no matter what. Rates are semi-okay. And then research is also semi-okay. So it's not like the greatest thing in the world. I'll give this rating, or yeah, I guess we could probably give it a rating. By the time we finish the next podcast, it's going to be over anyways. I'm going to go with a 7 out of 10.
I'll give it an 8.
Alright.
It's a good mix. I always love it when they have specific research in it. You know, you don't have to look that hard for it. So that's really cool. I don't think Morlo is the hardest Pokemon to find, and when it's a new Pokemon, it really shouldn't be. So yeah, I'm not disappointed with it yet. I still have yet to get the supposedly boosted Chinchou though.
Yeah, I've been clicking a couple of them, and I still haven't seen one.
Yeah, I mean it hasn't been spawning like crazy. I mean that can be partially due to the weather we've been having. I mean, it's a lot of sunny weather pretty much,
Yeah,
and like cloudy and stuff.
it's
So
usually
I
raining
can't
at the
blame
nighttime
on
though.
that too much.
Yeah,
At night, okay.
yeah. So you might see it here and there. I've seen a
Yeah, I
couple.
mean, it was pouring earlier.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, so that's the Festival Lights event. We'll still have a couple of days on the event, which actually started like really late in the week. So we have more than a couple of
Yeah.
days when it comes down to it. Actually, this event is the short one. It ends on Tuesday.
Right before my
Wait,
day off.
Tuesday or what? On Monday. Hold on. We are at 2 days. Tomorrow is 24 hours. Monday. It ends on Monday, surprisingly.
Wow.
So get what you can out of this event. I mean, you definitely don't have that much out of it anyways. However, that's about it. Community Day. Again, I didn't play as hard as I thought I would, but I got my Hondos, I got my targets, and I did all I could. So that's really all there is to it. Chris, I know didn't do anything, so
I didn't get lucky.
yeah, get lucky. Lucky. But anyways, we got a bunch of stuff to actually talk about, so let's get right into the news section.
Ooh.
Let's talk about the very first thing right here, y'all.
Ooh. Yeah, I was waiting for them to start talking about this event because we were getting pretty close.
Oh yeah.
With like no word. So yeah, they finally announced what's going to be going on for Pokemon Go Halloween 2022 Part 1. So there's going to be a Part 2, guys. We're going to be bringing in Mega Bayonet, which we already knew about, and bucketfuls of candy bonuses, which, you know, the candy bonuses for the Halloween events are always top notch. So I'm very excited for that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sirree. So, let me just move some things here real quick. I'm trying to like coordinate a couple of things. More than coordinate, I just want to actually check on a few things here.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to like move things around while you can and not, so make sure I can still look at the stream and chat. Anyway, so Halloween, Pokemon Go Halloween event 2022 Part 1 brings us Mega Bayonet, bucketful full of candy bonuses. So, get ready for a massive Halloween celebration this year with another of the Pokemon that I already mentioned. So, just like last year's Pokemon Go event, this Halloween event will be a two-party. Plenty of tricks and treats are in store, including a remix of Laverton Town music and Halloween-themed special research.
Yo.
The music is back! And I can't breathe. When
Okay,
is
that kind of sounds like Jeopardy.
I know, right? When is it starting? On Thursday, October 20th at 10 a.m. to Thursday, October 27th at 10 p.m. 10 a.m. local time. So this is part one for 7 days, so we'll have it pretty good. Mega Bennett sits over, and of course, its shiny will finally be available as its final form. Not one of the best things in the world, but it's one of a good budget shadows that you can get every now and then. And of course, the candy and everything.
Yeah, it kind of feels redundant, honestly, since we already have
Mega.
the Mega Gengar.
Yeah, that's for sure when it comes down to it. But, it's still, if you want to budget things out with that or got a hundos in here and there, that's probably your best bet.
Yeah.
So we have, if I could talk a little bit better, the addition of a special research to all trainers because Drowsy wanted to be right here. Paid tickets for time research will also be available during the event. So ticket 1 for $1 will allow you to grant access to the time research featuring encounters with Yamask and Galarian Yamask. Ticket 2 will be a $5 ticket, and it will grant you access to the time research featuring increased candy bonuses, additional Halloween themed tasks, and an avatar pose. Trainers can purchase either one of the tickets or both. Each ticket will have its unique time research task. Of course, note, and this is actually very important, that this time research will expire. The tasks associated with the time research must be completed and the rewards must be claimed before Tuesday, November 1st at 10 a.m. local time.
Uh-oh.
So you do have a little bit, you do have way past the actual Halloween part 1 and part 2 to actually really grind the time research. But again, if you do not have it or do not complete it before then, you will actually lose the opportunity to claim some of the rewards. So make sure you get them through and things like that. You're also able to gift the tickets and things like that. But, we do have the post right there on the blog post. Right now, I'm actually my whole thing is actually all over the place. So I can't really show you guys the blog post right now. But it's basically you holding a lantern Pokemon. And then you're just going around. I actually like that post a lot. And there's a ginger.
Yeah, it looks great, honestly,
right?
With the light coming out of it.
Right, so it is what it is. I don't know why. I'm joining so crazy. Jesus. Special research will also be available, and of course, you can assist Professor Willard Henry in the Halloween theme special research. Along the way, you'll learn more about Yamask and Galarian Yamask. Also, for the first time in Pokemon Go, you'll be able to encounter shiny Galarian Yamask if you're lucky. The special research will be available to claim on Thursday, October 20th to Tuesday, November 1st at 10 a.m. local time. This does not expire, though, so you have all the time in the world to finish it. We just recommend to finish it as soon as possible if that's the case, We have 7KX Shakeup, and this is an interesting one because we'll have a tier of Yamask, Galarian Yamask, Phantom, Golett, and for the very first time, Shiny Noibat.
And Galarian Yamaska's first time shiny, too.
I talked about that in the last part. I don't know why you're whispering. So, Shiny Noibat is also being released in this event. However, it is kind of gated into X, which a lot of people are probably already complaining about anyways. Because it says, oh, you're just earning money from us. It's a candy event. Just hatch X. That's all you got to do. L on the Shiny. Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, whenever they put a new wanted shiny behind eggs, it's always annoying.
Yeah.
Because you gotta wait longer. You gotta, spend money to get the incubators. I've talked with Captain Shook on Twitter about it, and I was like, you can get them from Adventure Incense, but the odds of it are super, super low. Yeah. Basically, the same chance of getting a bird almost. It feels like.
I mean, surprisingly, I feel like I actually seen Noibat a little bit more than Dino or Gibble at one point.
I've only seen it twice out of the Adventure Incense, and that's 15 times of using it. So trying to get it reliably during this event and afterwards is going to be kind of iffy. And you can also get it as a GBL encounter.
Yeah.
So, if you do a lot of GBL, you might get it a lot sooner than a lot of other people.
That's right. Okay. Drowsy is really making its round today. You said Daniel here says I encounter a Galena Moltres every day just for it to run, and that's how that world works.
I wish I had that problem, man.
I know, right?
I haven't even seen the Galarian Moltres yet.
I haven't
Just
seen
had
any of the other
two run for
two.
me.
Yeah, I haven't seen the other two either. So just Articuno twice, I think 3 times actually now. I don't remember.
He
Anyways,
really likes you
right?
because you're Mystic.
I know. I'm not Mystic 7 though. So the wild encounters for this event: Zubat, Ghastly, Hunter, Spinarak, Murkrow, Mischievous, Sableye, Shuppet, Duskull, Absol, Drifloon, Yamask, Golett, Phantom, and Pumpkaboo, making its return since the last Halloween event because we don't see it as often anymore. Notable extra large candy for Sableye, of course, if you guys want to max out your Mega at one point. Then we also have the Avatar update. Updates, actually. So a couple of new zombie-like Duskull customs are coming into the shop, and those actually look pretty cool. Plus the post.
That's actually terrifying.
I want it. Like, I might actually spend coins for this one.
That is nightmare fuel.
Right.
Like, actually.
Right. That was Explore with the Core. During both parts of the Halloween event, Pokestops and gyms will be decorated for the holiday. We hope you enjoy the colorful decor. Now, we've seen teases of what it could look like by other people. We're still not sure if that's going to be the case, but if the Pokestops and gyms are actually a different color and decor because of the Halloween event, this actually may be a pretty cool event just to look at every other day, you know? It's like...
It's always refreshing for them to do stuff like that, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that's why people, like, freak out when they change stuff for, like, April Fool's Day, you know?
Yeah, that is for sure. So, in that case, of course, that'll be nice. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out some things here, too, because at the same time of doing this podcast, I'm also watching Fleece Game because we have some news probably from the other side of the world when it comes down to it. So we want to make sure that we're aware of this. All right, so Lavender Town music. Once again, this Halloween event will be playing the Lavender Town music when you take a stroll throughout Lavender Town. Well, throughout the game, but you know what I mean. You can also listen to the music by checking out a video itself. So, I mean, we can watch the video and then just let it listen. Anyways. The event bonuses: 2x catch candy, 2x catch or 2x transfer candy, 2x hatching candy, and we may be able to receive 1 extra guaranteeing extra large candy with walking with your buddy. Dun dun dun. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Then we have Alter Form Giratina coming back into raids. We knew about this from previous posts. However, Giratina cut from Thursday, October 20th at 10 a.m. to Tuesday, November 1st at 10 a.m. local time will know a feature following attack. Shadow Force is now making its way into Pokemon Go for the very first time, which is Giratina's signature move. And this is actually exciting because this is the first time in a long ass time that we get a signature move for a legendary Pokemon that should have it by now.
Yes. Let me guess. You're elite charging your Shunna.
Yeah, no, I'm elite charging everything. like every single one of my Giratinas will have Shadow Force at this point.
I've heard a lot of people say they need to fine tune it, like off the bat, or this thing is gonna be OP in Ultra League.
Thank you very much. So it's I believe they're still testing. We'll test the waters with Ultra Form Giratina. I mean, Ultra Form Giratina also, it's a very viable Pokemon in both Ultra League and Master League if you respectively use it correctly. I'll definitely going to look for all the extra large candies just to actually get enough extra large candy for my other Hundo and get it ready for the Master League powerhouse. But still, it's really interesting to say that finally we're getting the signature move for this. Is this finally the beginning of signature move legendary Pokemons? I mean, we got quite a bit of them, and we need them, bro. Like, we really need those Pokemons to have those moves to actually make it a little more fun as it is. But I don't know how playable they will be, you know, in their respective leagues in that sense, you know.
Yeah, I feel like most of the ones we're waiting for and really hyped for are going to be the primal ones.
Yeah. Persever Blaze, Origin Pulse, Dragon Descent, all those moves can actually make the Pokemon itself a little more stronger in that regard. But yeah, it will. This is something that we definitely needed for the longest time. I'm glad it's finally here, but I feel like they took their sweet ass time getting to this.
They dragged their feet, man.
Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, so, and I'm sorry if I'm not reading chat or anything like that. I don't have the scene open right now. About to go crazy? Yeah, pretty much. But Shadow Force right now will have a 120 power in trainer battles and 140 power in gyms and raids. So it will be a powerful move in and of itself. However, that's not the only race that, of course, has shaken up throughout the event. 1-stars will have Sableye, Purloin, Yamask, Galarian Yamask, and Phantom. Pretty sure Galarian Yamask is going to be the most sought-after Pokemon in the entire raid pool.
I want it.
I need it. Anyways, I don't even have regular Yamask. So
yeah, I don't have the regular shiny either, so I'll probably even take that raid until I get the shiny. It looks like it's going to be more common for this Halloween, at least.
That's true. Then we have 3-stars, Gengar, Umbreon, Drifloon, Drapion. We're also getting invited to a raid. I think it's also for you. I'm not sure.
Oh? What if I do?
Then we have, of course, the 5-star Alter Form Giratina and the Mega Ray Mega Bennett. So be ready, because that's how things are. And field research encounters for Bird 1 will be Shuppet, Duskull, Yamask, Galarian Yamask, Phantom, and if you're lucky, you might encounter things that will give you Mega Energy Candy for Gengar and Absol. So, not candy, but Mega Energy, you know what I meant. That being said, Chris, how excited are you for part 1 of the Halloween event?
I'm always very excited for the Halloween event. It is easily my favorite event of all of the Pokemon year.
Yeah.
I think the only one that comes close is Adventure Week, personally. At least for me.
And like I said, there's a lot to go about it in the end of the day, and I do believe that there's, a sense of how well the Halloween event is always going to really put into perspective. I hope that the whole decoration between stops and gyms are actually going to be like pretty cool to watch. So I do believe that Niantic is finally getting into the point where it needs to have a more aesthetic look specifically for those types of things. So I'm glad that Niantic is putting that initiative, and of course finally giving us the specific moves that we need for specific Pokemon out there, because it's been a while. So Side Strike Mewtwo has been long gone at this point, yo. But yeah, so I'm glad that all of these things are happening, and of course I'm glad that the game itself is changing for the better in the end of the day. So we'll see how it goes. Hashtag thank you Niantic until they screw up again. Or Niantic Cat, whatever the case may be. Anyway, so that's basically it for the Halloween event part. I know there's a lot to cover in the end, but right now let's move on, because there's way more exciting news actually happening as we speak.
More exciting? Okay.
You're exciting?
I don't know if it's more exciting for me than the Halloween event. It's very cool, though.
Yeah, okay, well, things are actually been developing in the last 2 days more than anything that we have actually seen. So let's recap what we're talking about. So, Niantic finally is releasing Elite Raids. Now, what is Elite Raids? What are we talking about here? It's like, well, here are the details. Introducing Elite Raids. Trainers, Mysterious Eggs with 24-hour timers have begun appearing around the world. What could this mean? Gather your friends and take on Hoopa Unbound. Hoopa Unbound will be appearing in a new type of raid battle in the Elite Raid battles. It cannot be shiny, unfortunately, so just bear with us when it comes down to it. Now, the question is, what are Elite Raids? Well, that's the question I've been asking since I actually started, this conversation. But anyways, Elite Raids are a new challenging variety of raids. They appear from special raid eggs that take 24 hours to hatch. Once the raid egg has hatched, a raid boss appears for 30 minutes. But take note that Elite Raid bosses can only be battled in person. Let me repeat that phrase. Elite Raid bosses can only be battled in person. So, no remote raiding when it comes down to this. Why? Because it's actually something that you need to do with the community and put your effort into actually, beating down this boss. That being said, of course, defeat Hoopa Unbound and you'll earn an opportunity to catch it. And then, of course, at the same time, remember trainers that will not be able to use remote raids to catch this Pokemon or even to actually battle this Pokemon. Look forward to Elite Raids appearing throughout the Season of Light. So this is a brand new introduction to new raids out there. Please note, though, that the first of these raids will begin appearing at 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. local time on October 16, depending on when their raids appear. So, today is October 15. We already are starting to see the Elite raids pop up in designated places. Mostly sponsor gyms, but there are designated places out there. Now, our community is starting to get together when it comes down to it. However, as we speak, these types of raids are happening around the world right now, and people are doing it. That means that we have a little more information to what it would usually be to know what elite raids are and how they're working. So, based on the information from around the world, and hopefully this podcast will be out before then, looks like that once you defeat the elite raid, aside from being able to catch the Hoopa Unbound, looks like after the initial raid ends, there will be a 15-minute window right after the raid where special spawns will be appearing around the affected area, just like when you defeat a 4-star raid during Community Day. The spawns, though, are really, really interesting. Now, if you think that the adventure or daily adventure incest is actually pretty cool because we get Galarian birds and everything, when we defeat this raid boss and we get the special spawns for the next 15 minutes, it's a possibility to actually encounter rare Pokemons like Noibat, Metan, which, if you may think that's not actually rare, but somebody actually pointed out that a Cantonian Articuno is actually appearing in the wild after the raid has finished. What are your thoughts, Chris?
I saw news that the normal Articuno was spawning in like the Cantonian.
Yeah.
But or that it was in the code. Let me put it that way. The miners said it was in the code that the catch rate and the flea rate changed for the better.
Mm-hmm.
For the Cantonian. I hadn't heard anything about Galarian.
No, I haven't seen anything about the Galarian either, but I have seen...
and the people that were, doing the raids already, on the other side of the world that had like 5 of them, said that they waited for the 15-minute timer and nothing happened. So, yeah, I think they got the Niantic testing period.
It's a possibility. Now, here's the funny thing. And right now, Fleaskin is actually streaming on Twitch right now and showing these types of raids when it comes down to it. He has the timer of what's going on after they defeat the raid, and it resets every time they actually defeat one of the raids. However, the spawns haven't been like super crazy. This is what I've been watching this entire time of the podcast. I haven't seen anything too crazy spawn. Maybe a blue version Frillish looks like it has appeared too. But again, those are the types of Pokemon that you can't see normally in gameplay just because it's not out there. You get the pink version, but you don't get the other version. So that's weird stuff when it comes down to it. To say the least, they seem exciting. It looks like the concept is there. It's also a brand new opportunity to get another Hoopa Unbound, which if you didn't play the Go Fest previously, we do have another Hoopas around us. Where's my Hoopa? Unbound. Oh, there it is. Okay, well, you only get one Hoopa. Mine was a trashy ABs. I still give it its change form, so that's pretty cool. This will be raid specific ones, Hoopa Unbound. So that's interesting when I say the least. It's just, I don't know. Is this something that they should have done from the beginning? Now, between you and I, Chris, since we're veteran players and things like that out there, we have seen the evolution of elite raids from EX raids. And if you guys don't know what EX raids are, is the type of way of introducing powerful Pokemons into the game with a specific timer. This was when also legendary Pokemons was first introduced, and how those things really pan out was actually pretty cool. You know, we had Mewtwo first appear in the EX race. Then we had and you know, you had to do so many crazy things with the community just to activate a gym specifically to actually get to that point. Genesect was part of it. What else was that?
Regigigas.
Regigigas was part of it. Yep. And then COVID hit and everything went to hell. So it's interesting to say. It's at least interesting to say that this evolution from EX Ray to Elite Rays actually gives us the time to plan out those things.
I think Deoxys was too.
Correct. Deoxys was also part of that, and you had to, you know, get different types of Reoxys every month, I think, for at least a year or something like that. Which was funny, but it was kind of like interesting. Like if you do a raid in a specific gym, then you get the invite for the raid, and then you'll be ready for that specific day and things like that. The only bad thing about it was that I don't know, was it a week before you actually able to do the raid?
I think they only let you know like 4 or 5 days in advance, pretty much.
Right, and then at the same time, it could actually like conflict with precious holidays like Halloween and Christmas.
Yeah, we've had it happen on Thanksgiving and stuff before.
Yeah, which was interesting, but that's how EX
right within a 1 hour period.
That's true. Yeah, you actually had to beat it in 1 hour, and of course you can't buy it. Back then, remote race wasn't even a thing. You know, it wasn't even.
It might have been 30 minutes like it is for the elite raids, now that I think about it. It might be a lot shorter.
We usually always beat that pretty quickly because the battle phase for those Pokemon was really easy to go down anyways, and the catch rate was super easy.
Yeah, you just had to have a group because, you know, if you show up after everyone else that got the invite finished it, you're out of luck, pretty much.
Yeah. And again, we didn't have any type of remote rating back then, so it was either go there, get the Pokemon, or, you know, lose the ability to actually get it. I did some interesting things just to get to the race. I believe there was one time I got invited into a Mewtwo raid, an EX raid for that, and the funny thing is it was during my work hour. So I was like, a friend of mine from Discord, take my phone, go to the raid, come back before I do that. Because I didn't want to miss the ability to get it. I believe I probably missed like one or two, but that's because at that time I think a lot of players were already getting a little tired of the same Pokemon, like, you know, Deoxys and things like that. So it didn't matter unless you did like attack form Deoxys or something like that in the end of the day. But yeah, that's basically the same thing the Elite Race is doing. It's just that the timer is a 24-hour timer. I don't know if I like the 24-hour timer. When this first started appearing and after the announcement, people were a little bummed because it was literally taking up the entire city with the elite rates. And lo and behold, it was during Community Day, and Community Day was also, has these special moments after the event where the 4-star race was supposed to start appearing, so you can get a higher chance of actually catching, you know, more liquid around the area and things like that. So people were like, so Niantic, how are you going to introduce before I die here? How to introduce a new raid and things like that during the ability to not be able to raid that gym for 24 hours to do anything with it? It's just not it. However, they did point it out later today, or earlier today actually, that the eggs were not going to appear. However, they still have their specific timers of 11, 2, and 5 o'clock after 6 o'clock after the events of Community Day for sure. So
yeah, it's a really cool idea. The only thing that's really disappointing is that it sounds like the gym is just going to straight up be locked for that whole 24 hours plus the 30 minutes that the raid is going on.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have no hopes of whatever other egg is going to be hatching, which now I'm wondering Oh my gosh, is this going to interfere with the Galarian Yamask raids? Oh no.
Well, so not necessarily because this is happening this weekend. Only this weekend
But not
alone,
that long.
right?
Okay.
It's only for 24 hours, and they're only doing it for this specific time. I'm guessing, of course, that they are, testing it out, testing the waters, making sure that they know that this is actually something they should do, and how the spawn rate in the end of the day. We're not sure if, of course, Halloween event will have it. We don't know if this will be only a one-time thing per month. We don't know if this is going to be once a week kind of thing, which I doubt it because, a lot of people will probably complain. It's like, I can't make these types of raids because they're always doing it on a time that I'm either busy or I don't have enough time to plan for it.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a test for this one.
Because at the same time, you also have to think that even if you were to actually do these raids and they start appearing more often, like once a week or things like that, you can't get the community out about anymore the same way they used to before. It's so hard to even coordinate this type of raid at a short time notice.
Yeah,
It's not that easy. It's
yeah,
not that easy.
because we basically found out like yesterday.
Yeah, that's when they they said, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and test this out. We're gonna do this and this and that, and bada bing, bada bam, we're there now. So tomorrow we'll figure out how things are gonna go, specifically because the community has to plan out what race you want to do. Do you want to do the 11 o'clock one? Do you want to do 2 o'clock one? Do you want to do 5 o'clock one? At least they're giving us a little bit of chance of knowing when to do it. Still, a 48-hour notice is not enough for us to be able to coordinate most of the community out there. So we may need some adjusting to know when they're going to announce that Lilith egg will be spawning. So that way the community can be ready, look up the place in the 24-hour period, of course. And then after that, have coordination of when they're actually be able to do it in the end of the day. Let's say, okay, in the blog post, in the next event or something like that, they say, okay, Giratina Origin form with Shadow Force and Beat Create or something like that, which will never happen. Will appear at the end of the month on Halloween Day. Please prepare your battles as the X will start appearing 24 hours in advance so you can prepare it with your community, things like that. They start appearing, you coordinate where to go, and then you'll do them at the end of the day. Something like that will probably be a little bit easier for us to coordinate instead of just having 40-hour notice or literally be just like 24 hours, here's a raid. I'd be like, oh, okay, so when am I supposed to do this? So I think that's probably their best bet. And that's the biggest feedback that I can give out about Elite raids as of now, at least. What about you, Chris? You got anything else to say about that?
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed with the time that they're choosing per se.
Right.
My days off are Wednesday and Thursday, so anything that happens on the weekend is just kind of off,
Right.
pretty much. To be fair, I would have been able to do one this afternoon, but I don't think they're out yet, right?
Well, there's still
tomorrow.
eggs until tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
So if they have later raids or something, definitely doable. But yeah, my biggest pet peeve with it right now is just that the eggs are going to be pretty much blocking a gym for a day.
yeah, that's basically what's gonna happen in the end of the day. So yeah, I guess Niantic can also take a lot of feedback when it counts down in the end of the day. But anyway, that is Elite Raids. It's still very exciting to know that Hoopa and Bound, which is a Pokemon we haven't seen since the last Go Fest. The last Go Fest, because definitely it's been 2 years after that. So whatever the case may be, we'll keep you guys updated when it comes down to it. And I'm all over the place right now. Oh, that works too, I guess. Hello, Mr. Gamer G. Thank you very much for joining us for today's podcast. We love all listeners out there. But yeah, that's really all there is to know about these types of information right now. Oh, this is not how you want to be looking like. I put Chris in like a little bubble. You don't want to know.
Well,
A bubble, yeah, a bubble. Anyways, yeah, that's all the news again. We'll have probably more news about part 2 of the Halloween event happening, the following week, by next week, anyways. So be ready for that. Then we got some PvP goodness. Get ready. Here we go, Chris.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, GBL is starting all his leagues for this next week. If you want to do Master, Ultra, or Grey League, your chances are now, of course. So that'll be doing pretty well. I only have 50 wings, and I haven't done many battles since the last few times, just because I've been doing all the things here and there anyways. What about you, Chris? Have you done a GBL action?
Not really. I really need to, honestly, because I want to get that the Go Battle League timed research out of the way.
Right.
And it ends in 46 days, 14 hours. Now that I look at it, and I still need 75 wins. So,
that's only for part 1 though. So.
Yeah, and that's only part 1. So, oh man.
Yeah, that's for sure. Mr. Gamer, we are doing a podcast. We just talk about things here and there. Now, GBL is one thing. If I get the itch, we'll play more GBL now. So how about some faction updates? I know I have my update this week. Do you?
Oh? Yeah, I did my battles pretty much before I called you.
Oh, nice. That's pretty good. I definitely got this not fully destroyed. Now, if you guys don't know, last week we were battling the BTW podcast and the BTW team. We got demolished. So
it was very tough.
Funny enough, they're actually doing way better this week too, because they literally started at like a 12-0 after like 4 battles or something.
Wow.
Yeah, no, they definitely they're definitely out there right now. They're pretty much doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, that is insane.
Yeah, but this week we are going against. Trying to remember now because I'm just like.
Is it the? Oh my gosh, I literally saw their name. It is the Wu Tangela clan.
Wood, yeah, definitely. So we're doing pretty good, although my battles didn't go as planned. However, I did get a win out of the 3, mostly because I think
point matters.
Every point matters. I get this destroyed by his Metagross, though. I believe I didn't have a good counter against it in the end of the day. Another raid from our wonderful friend.
Oh.
But yeah, I do believe that I could have done a little bit better. I had the right composition if I wanted to, but unfortunately he just got me too well in the last few, especially destroying my Mewtwo at the end with his Metagross. And it didn't happen in the end of the day. But of course, I did get a win. I'll definitely adjust the team for next week and see how it goes. Chris, how about you?
Yeah, don't kick yourself over it. Every point matters.
Mm-hmm.
So, even
not after the last week,
1 and 2 is better than a 0 and 3. But yeah, for this week, I was not looking forward to my battles because last week Charizard gave me nightmares.
Oh God.
So this week, looking at the team, funny enough, I made the decision to go with Water Gun Wishcash instead of Mud instead of the ground quick move. So yeah, that was interesting. Surprisingly, I think I went into a bad lead for the second match, and I was able to pull out the one Pokemon I was, terrified of, his Wishcash, and I was able to clean up that one. And yeah, across the 3 games, I was able to pull all 3 wins. So
nice.
I was very excited about that. It was a newer person to the Sylph the Sylph world, so I tried to give them you know, not in like not in like a mean way, but I gave them a few pointers afterwards because they legit asked. And yeah, they did really well for being a new GBL, or sorry, a new Sylph member
Mm-hmm.
to factions. I was kind of surprised that they were newer. Um, but yeah, if you're new to Pokemon Go, PvP, anything, you want to get your foot in the door,
Mm-hmm.
joining a Sylph faction is definitely a good way to get your foot in the door. But yeah, I was very happy with the sweep. I think that's 2 sweeps out of however many weeks we've been doing this now.
That's good. That's pretty good. I'm still need to get my sweep for the week, but for a week specifically. But Master League is a one of those formats where you're just like, what the f?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really a tough one if you don't have like a Pokemon that they just can't deal with.
Yeah, I've been trying to get to some of those special hundos out there. Unfortunately, that has not panned out when it comes down to it. So, little by little, I have enough for all the level 50s I need. I just need the hundos. So,
Ooh. Yeah, let me know if you need some tradie radies.
okay, come to my house. How about that?
Oh no.
It's like I need one trade per day. It's like So, but yeah, it is what it is when it comes down to it.
This is the same CP Xerneas.
From the last time.
Yeah, 2094.
Now,
Doo doo.
I got the same CP as you, 2094 just now.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. I do finally have all the extra large candies I needed for Cernia, so I do have enough to power up my Hondo. I will wait until Cernia is out of race to power it up, just in case I do get the Shando or not. So if I don't, then that's, it is what it is.
I do want to mention really quick, we are currently winning, and it's impossible for Wootangala Clan to get enough points
Nice.
to win, just because we've got 12 points and they have 3. Once you get 11 points, the opponent just can't get enough points to win anymore.
I figure.
So yeah, we only have lost last week's bout. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next few weeks, man.
That's for sure. That is for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We got everything here covered. If you have any more information or anything, we'll let you guys know for sure in our socials, but we'll definitely be it. So, Chris, anything else to add just in case we gone through?
Nothing that I think needs to be said. I do think the boxes that are going on right now that you can buy in the shop, I think they're a lot better than they have been.
Right.
What are your thoughts on them?
They're decent. Aside from the one that only gives you Pokeballs, Ghost Balls, and Great Balls, I'm like, no. No, so, and no. So, but yeah, it's not too bad when it comes down to it. I'm sure that everybody who has played before knows that all of this is just trash anyways. We know it's trash. We just are trying to at least give it a benefit of the doubt when it comes down to it.
Yeah, compared to the good old days when you could get 24 raid passes in a 1,400 box.
It was like 20 raid passes, like 10 lures, like 20 lucky eggs or something. I'm like, oh my goodness. And it was only like 1,000 coins or something. The discount of the world. But no,
The good old days.
the good old days. Well, no, Pokemon Go can never be the same.
Inflation in Pokemon Go.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 Anyways, with that being said, thank you so much for listening, guys, to the podcast. And anything, of course, that you come into the stream, talk to us, comment, anything like that. That's always greatly appreciated. You can always check us out on any of the podcast services feeds between Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or your podcast services of choice. I'm stealing that from our good friend David, of course. Social media, we have Pure Lighter Go, Pokemon Trigger Please, that's PKMN Trigger Please with a C at the end, and the Purified Podcast, of course, the purifiedpodcast.com, and the purifiedpodcast at gmail.com. If you want to email us anything, I know I skip ahead, but anyways, you can always join our Discord. It's free to enter. Don't forget, because we talk semi-barely in there. So that's pretty much it when it comes down to that. Chris, with that being said, how about you take us away for the night?
All right. I hope you guys had a very lit community day, yo, fellow kids.
And then
But
hopefully you
yeah,
have a better elite time tomorrow.
oh no. Uh, but yeah, I hope you guys have a fabulous time. It's been a great week, and I think I think Pokemon Go has a lot to offer for the next coming weeks. The Halloween event is definitely one to look forward to. Let us know if you guys have a Chase Shiny or get your Chase Shiny for Halloween. I'm definitely wanting to get that Galarian Yamask above all else.
You know the
As
funny
cool
thing
as the
is,
Noibat would be, though.
you know what's the funny thing is before we sign off?
What?
This Halloween part 1 doesn't have any custom Pokemons.
Oh, buddy, you already know what's coming for part 2.
That's what I'm saying, brother.
Are they bringing back Mimikyu Pikachu? We need to find out.
We'll find out next week, guys. But thank you so much.
Tune in next week, guys.
Definitely.
While we look into the mystery of part 2 of Halloween.
All right, guys. Keep purifying them. We'll see you guys next week.